Hello guys, welcome back to this tutorial. In this tutorial, we are going to study about the methods of the string. There are different methods that are available in the string data type. The string class and what we do these methods do. So the first thing is we are going to create two string values. So we create a variable called s string s. I will put the value Pragya Sharma in it. Pragya Sharma. Okay, this is the value of the string variable s. So now if I go ahead and want to take a look at the indexing, how will it be? So if this is gonna be 0, P is at 0, R is at 1, A is at 2, G would be at 3, Y would be at 4, and A would be at index of 5. And then similarly, there will be a space, and that space will be the index of 6. Then H would be at index of 7, A would be at index of 8, R would be at index of 9, N would be at index of 10, A would be at index of 11. So what I would be do this, I will go ahead and find out what is the index of A. So I'm going to say S dot index of which string I am talking about. I'm talking about G. And whatever the value that comes out of this method, it's going to be the integer value like 1, 2, 3, 4. And I'm going to go ahead and store that value inside of this variable, let's say num. Now let's go ahead and display the value of this system. System dot debug num is what I think the output of the program is. The output would be, I think, 3 because G is at the index 3. So the output should be 3. Let's see if we are correct. Let's go ahead and hit the execute button. Go to the debug only. Yes, the output is came out as 3. Similarly, if I go ahead and want to check system.debug, I'm going to check the index of P. What is going to be the index? S dot index of P. And what will be the output of the program? Let's take a look at that. Go to debug only. The index is 0. You can see that the index is 0. Because in this boxes or small cell memory, the index is starting at 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and the P is at the start most position. So the output is returned as 0. So the next thing is, if let's say you are looking for a value which is not even available in that string. So what will be the output? So system dot of debug, and I will say index of Z. Now you know that this letter Z doesn't even appear in the string. So I say S dot index of, and I look the character Z. Now what is this going to give you? Now the what is with the error? Let's hit the execute. Go to debug only. So you can see the output is -1 because the letter Z is not appear in that word. If Z doesn't appear, the output is -1. So here this is going to give you -1. This returns you 3 and this returns you 0. So the answer is 3, 0 and -1. Now another thing we have here is a method called capitalize. There is a method available called capitalize. Now what this method does, if the name become capitalized, but only the first letter with of the word of the string is going to be capitalized. So we can write it in the small letter. So what we'll do is, if I say as dot of capitalize, it is going to say, it is going to return the output P in a capital letter and all of the character in a small letter. First letter is going to become in a capital O. So let's go ahead and take a look at what do I mean. So if I say S dot of capitalize, and this method will return me a string value. So I will go ahead and write string S2 and write S dot of capitalize. So what will be the output of the method is, I'm going to store in this string. I'm creating a new string, and what this new string has, it has the output of this capitalize method. So now if I go ahead and say system dot of debug, and I will say what is the value of S2? S2 is plus S2. Let's see what will be the output of the program. Output should be Pragya Sharma, and everything will remain as same. The first letter should become capitalized and everything will remain as same. So let's go ahead and hit the execute. So go to debug only. See, it capitalized the first letter. So that's what the capitalize method does. Now there was another method we talk about was compare to. Now what does this compare to method does? It compares two strings. So let's go ahead and create two strings first. So I have created a string. Let's say string S3 is equals to A, B, C, D, E. And there is another string called S4, and the value of the string would be F, G, H, I, J. This is the value of the string. So has S3 has the value of A, B, C, D, E, and S4 has the value of F, G, H, I, J. So now let's go ahead and see what will be the output. Integer result is equals to S3 dot compare to, this is the name of the method, compare to, and name of the string, second string S4. Now let's see what will be the output of the program. System.debug it's going to be the positive value or a negative value. It's going to be the negative value because ABCD comes before then FGHIJ in the dictionary, right? In the lexicographical order, ABC would come before. So this output of the program will be the negative value. Result will be a negative value. So if I go ahead and display the value of result, result is plus of result, and let's see what will be the output. So the output is negative value. So let's go ahead and execute. Go to debug only. So our assumption is right. The output is in negative value, that is -5. Okay. All the 5 characters are less. And if I go ahead and do opposite, if I say S4 dot compare to S3, and whatever will the output, I am going to store in an integer variable. I'm call this result 2, and it compares S4 to the S3. In this case, S4 comes after in the dictionary, right? So this will return a positive value. So let's go ahead and print system.debug result 2 is result 2. So we'll go ahead and display the value of result 2, and this is equal to S4 dot compare to S3. In this case, it is going to return me, it should return me a positive value, but let's see if our assumption is correct. If I go ahead and debug only, yes, the value is 5 because S4 comes after in the dictionary as compared to S3, so it will return you a positive value. So let's say we created another string S5 and the value of the string is FGHIJ, same as the value of the S4 string. Now if I go ahead and do S4 dot compare to, if I use the same method and I am comparing that with another string which is S5, which is exactly the same, and whatever the value is, and I am storing in this variable called integer result 3, and I am writing a debug statement system.debug result 3 is result 3. Okay, and let's see what will be the output in case both the string are equal. Both the string, because what we have is s4 is equals to s4 is equals to s4 is equals to f g h I j, and s5 is also the same, f g h I j. So that's the same. Now if I say s4 dot compare to s5, now it will return, it is going to return me a value 0 because both of them are equal. And then we are displaying the value of the result, this result 3. So let's see if our assumption is correct. So we'll go ahead and hit the execute button. Go to debug only. Yes, result 3 came out to be 0. So this is what the compare method does. It will return you either a positive value, or it will return you a negative value, or it will return you 0. Now the next thing we have here is we have another method called equals. Now what does this method do? It will check if the two strings are equal or not. It will check if the two strings are equal or if they are not equal. So first we'll go ahead and create a string as string s6, and the value of the string would be cloud per day, and string s7 is another string and the value would be cloud, and then we are checking is s6 is equals to s7. Now here what I'm going to do, s6 dot equals s7, and whatever will the output is stored to be in the boolean value. So I'm going ahead and store the output of this boolean result 4 is equals to the type of equals to s6 dot equals to s7. I am checking system dot debug is s6 is equals to s7. Result 4. It should return me the false because this s6 and s7 are not equal. So let's go ahead and if our assumption is correct. So we have already, okay, let's go ahead and hit the execute button. Okay, let's go to debug only. So our assumption is correct. We'll get the output as false because the string s6 has the value of cloud per day and s7 has the value of cloud. These are not equal, so we'll get the output as false. So similarly, if I put this as cloud per day, In this case, it should return me the true value because both of them are same. So if I go ahead and hit the execute, debug only. Now in this case, it will return me true. So in the next tutorial also, we'll keep working on these methods of the string class. So I will see you then. Thank you so much. Bye.